First contact and revelation. The ice sheets of Europa cracked like breaking glass as the drilling platform descended through kilometers of frozen crust. Dr. Elena Santos watched the depth readings tick higher on her holographic display, dark eyes reflecting the azure glow of Jupiter through the observation dome. 20 years of searching had led to this moment. Anomalous energy readings unlike anything humanity had encountered before. Final checks complete, Dr. Santos, announced Sarah Chen, lead engineer of the Europa Deep Drilling Project. We're approaching the energy source. Whatever's down there, it's big. The drilling platform sensors painted a picture of what lay beneath, a perfect sphere of unknown material, suspended in a vast liquid chamber within Europa's subsurface ocean. As they drew closer, patterns of light rippled across its surface like living circuitry. All teams, prepare for contact protocol, Elena commanded, her voice steady despite the gravity of the moment. The sphere was clearly artificial, the first concrete proof of alien intelligence humanity had ever encountered. The drilling platform settled into position, its stabilizers anchoring into the ice cavity walls. As the team prepared to launch the first probe, the sphere pulsed with sudden intensity. Streams of light erupted from its surface, scanning every inch of the platform and its crew. Energy spike. Sarah called out, fingers flying across her controls. It's interfacing with our systems. Before Elena could respond, every screen in the facility filled with the same message. Project Arsenal activation sequence initiated. Primary candidates detected. Welcome, children of Earth. The sphere's surface became fluid, flowing like quicksilver as it reconfigured itself. A doorway materialized, leading into chambers that should have been impossible given the object's exterior dimensions. Dr. Santos, Sarah whispered, the genetic scans, they're showing something impossible. The sphere's internal radiation, it's perfectly tuned to human DNA, like it was waiting for us specifically. Elena stepped toward the doorway, drawn by an inexplicable sense of recognition. No, she corrected, not waiting. Preparing. As if in response, a new message appeared. The Devourer's approach. The arsenal must be awakened. High above, Jupiter's atmosphere churned with unnatural disturbances as the first ships of the Devourer fleet emerged from fold space, their world-killing weapons primed for Earth's solar system. But for the first time in their millennium-long campaign of extinction, they would face an enemy engineered specifically to defeat them. Humanity's true purpose was about to be revealed, and the galaxy would never be the same. The Awakening Protocol. The Europa facility had become a hive of activity as scientists and military personnel from Earth's unified defense force poured through the alien sphere's vast archives. Dr. Elena Santos hadn't slept in 48 hours, her mind racing with the implications of what they'd discovered. The sphere wasn't just a message, it was a key to unlocking humanity's hidden potential. Another Devourer fleet just emerged near Saturn, Sarah Chen reported, her usual calm demeanor strained. The holographic display showed the enemy vessels, geometric shapes that seemed to defy Euclidean space as they moved. They're methodically cutting off all escape routes from the solar system. Elena nodded, her attention focused on the genetic sequences floating before her. They're not trying to trap us, she said. They're containing us until they can strike Earth directly. But they don't understand what they're dealing with. The sphere had revealed the truth. Humanity wasn't just another evolved species. They were a carefully engineered weapon, created by an ancient race called the Architects. Within every human's DNA lay dormant abilities that defied conventional physics, abilities specifically designed to counter the Devourer's reality-warping technologies. Activation sequence primed, announced Dr. James Wilson, chief geneticist. But Elena, the risks. We're talking about fundamentally altering human biology on a quantum level. We have no idea what this will do to the test subjects. Elena turned to face the volunteers, 20 of Earth's finest soldiers who had proven genetically compatible with the acceleration protocol. They stood ready in crystalline chambers that had emerged from the sphere, each one willing to risk everything to defend their world. "We understand the risks," Colonel Maya Rodriguez, leader of the volunteer group, stated firmly. "But those things out there, they've destroyed thousands of civilizations. We won't let Earth be next." The activation began. The chamber filled with light that bent in impossible ways as the dormant genes awakened. Elena watched through the sphere's quantum sensors as human DNA began to rewrite itself, unlocking abilities that blurred the line between biology and physics. The first sign that it had worked came when Maya opened her eyes. They shimmered with internal light as she perceived multiple layers of reality simultaneously. When she moved, space itself seemed to ripple around her. "Status report," Elena called out, her heart pounding. Maya flexed her hand, watching as probability itself warped around her fingers. "It's incredible. I can see them, Dr. Santos. I can see how the Devourers manipulate spacetime, and I can see how to stop them." The facility shook as another Devourer scout fleet entered Jupiter's orbit. This time, however, humanity was ready to fight back. Maya and her team stepped out of their chambers, their bodies humming with power that could rewrite the laws of physics. "Launch the counter-offensive," Elena commanded. "Show them why the architects chose humanity as their ultimate weapon." As the transformed soldiers prepared for humanity's first true battle against the Devourers, Elena turned back to the sphere's archives. They had unlocked the first stage of human potential, but she knew there was more, much more, yet to be discovered. The real question was whether they could unlock it all before the Devourers launched their main assault. The war for humanity's survival was about to begin, and the galaxy would learn why you should never underestimate a species engineered for the impossible. Evolution's edge. The skies above Earth shimmered with quantum distortions as thousands of awakened humans took flight, their bodies wrapped in coronas of probability warping energy. 3 months had passed since the Europa discovery, and humanity had transformed itself more thoroughly than even the architects had predicted. Dr. Elena Santos stood in the newly constructed Quantum Command Center beneath the Himalayas, watching through enhanced senses as Maya Rodriguez led Earth's defense forces against another Devourer probe attack. The enemy ships, dark crystalline structures that existed in multiple realities simultaneously, found themselves outmaneuvered by humans who could now perceive and manipulate the quantum foam of spacetime itself. "They're adapting," Sarah Chen noted, her own awakened abilities letting her process battle data faster than any computer. "Each attack probes a different weakness, tests a new strategy. The main fleet is learning." Elena nodded. Her consciousness expanded across multiple probability streams. The sphere's archives had warned of this, the Devourer's hive mind ability to evolve new tactics. But the architects had planned for that too. "Launch the next phase," Elena commanded. Around the world, more activation chambers hummed to life as thousands more compatible humans underwent the transformation. Each awakening was stronger than the last, as if humanity's collective potential grew with every new addition to their quantum-enhanced ranks. Maya's voice crackled through quantum-entangled communications. "The probe fleet is retreating, but we've detected something else. The Devourers are deploying something new, some kind of reality-corrupting weapon." The tactical displays showed it clearly, vast clouds of quantum corruption spreading through space, turning normal matter into impossible geometries that hurt to look at. This was the Devourer's true power, the ability to rewrite the fundamental laws of physics themselves. But humanity had an answer for that too. "Initialize the Unity Protocol," Elena ordered. It was the riskiest strategy yet, attempted only in simulations until now. Across Earth and throughout the solar system, awakened humans joined their consciousness into a vast quantum network, their combined power reaching levels the architects themselves had only theorized possible. The effect was immediate and stunning. Where the Devourer's reality corruption spread, human consciousness pushed back, maintaining the integrity of spacetime through sheer force of will. The battle was no longer just physical. It was a war for the nature of reality itself. "We're receiving a transmission," Sarah announced suddenly. It's, it's from the devourer hive mind. The message came not in words but in concepts that burned themselves into their enhanced minds. Impossible. You were meant to be PREI. You a heavy BC or me something else. They're afraid, Maya realized, her voice carrying new harmonics of power. For the first time in their existence, they've encountered something they can't simply devour and corrupt. Elena accessed deeper levels of the sphere's archives, understanding flowing through her enhanced consciousness. The architects didn't just create us to fight the devourers, she announced, revelation burning through her mind. They created us to replace them, to become something entirely new. As if in response to this realization, the Unity Protocol evolved spontaneously. The quantum network of human consciousness began generating new possibilities, new laws of physics that even the devourers couldn't corrupt. Humanity wasn't just defending reality. They were learning to reshape it. But the devourers wouldn't go quietly. The main fleet was accelerating its approach, bringing weapons that could tear apart solar systems. The next phase of the war would determine not just humanity's fate, but the future of reality itself. Prepare for full engagement, Elena commanded, her voice carrying across the quantum network to every awakened human. The real battle is about to begin. Quantum ascendance. The Devourer main fleet arrived like a tear in the fabric of spacetime, their world-killing vessels distorting reality into impossible geometries. But Earth was ready. Through the Unity Protocol, billions of human minds joined in quantum harmony, their combined consciousness becoming something greater than the architects had ever imagined. Dr. Elena Santos stood at the heart of it all, her enhanced mind processing countless probability streams as she coordinated humanity's defense. The Quantum Command Center had evolved beyond physical structure, becoming a nexus of pure consciousness where awakened humans could merge their perceptions and powers. They're deploying the reality erasers, Maya Rodriguez reported, her consciousness spanning multiple battle zones simultaneously. These aren't like the probe weapons. They're unmaking everything they touch, deleting it from all possible timelines. Sarah Chen's quantum-enhanced calculations flowed through the network. At their current rate of advance, they'll reach Earth in 17 minutes. Conventional defenses are useless. The laws of physics stop working entirely within their range. Elena accessed deeper levels of understanding, drawing on the collective knowledge of billions of connected minds. The architect's final messages began to make new sense. They hadn't just given humanity weapons, they'd given them the tools to transcend the very nature of existence. All awakened units, Elena broadcast through the quantum network, initiate Convergence Protocol Alpha. We're not just going to fight them. We're going to show them what humanity has truly become. Around the solar system, awakened humans began to shift, their bodies and minds transforming into pure quantum potential. They weren't just manipulating reality anymore. They were becoming living equations, conscious mathematics that could rewrite the laws of physics locally. The Devourers struck first, reality erasers carving vast swaths of nothingness through space. But where their weapons should have encountered helpless matter, they instead met human consciousness expanded to its fullest potential. Every awakened human became a point of absolute creation, generating new physics faster than the Devourers could unmake them. They didn't expect this. Maya's voice carried notes of triumph as she led the counterattack. They can destroy reality, but we can create it anew. We're not just fighting in space-time. We're fighting with it. The battle transcended traditional combat. It was a war of concepts, of fundamental forces being rewritten and reborn. The Devourers brought entropy and dissolution. Humanity answered with creation and renewal. Where the two forces met, new forms of existence bloomed into being. Energy spike. Sarah's warning coursed through the network. They're combining their reality erasers into a single point. Some kind of universe-ending weapon. Elena watched through enhanced senses as the Devourer fleet merged into a singularity of pure entropic potential. This was their ultimate weapon. The power to delete not just matter or energy, but the very possibility of existence itself. But in that moment of greatest threat, humanity's transformation reached its peak. The Unity protocol evolved spontaneously, billions of quantum-enhanced minds merging into something entirely new. They weren't just connected anymore. They had become a new form of consciousness that existed in all possible realities simultaneously. "We understand now," Elena spoke, her voice carrying the weight of humanity's collective realization. "The architects didn't make us to fight the Devourers, they made us to solve them." As the Devourers launched their ultimate attack, humanity responded not with destruction, but with creation. They began generating new forms of existence that even the concept of entropy couldn't touch. Realities based not on physical laws, but on consciousness itself. The final battle for the nature of existence had begun, and its outcome would determine not just humanity's fate, but the very future of consciousness in all its forms. Legacy of Stars. At the crucial moment, as the Devourer's universe-ending weapon collided with humanity's collective consciousness, something unprecedented occurred. The two forces didn't destroy each other. They transformed. The quantum network of human minds had become something the architects never imagined, a bridge between destruction and creation. Dr. Elena Santos perceived it first, her enhanced consciousness expanding to understand the true nature of the conflict. "Don't you see?" Her thoughts resonated through the Unity network. "The Devourers aren't our enemies. They're the other half of the equation. The architects didn't just make us to fight them. They made us to complete them." Through their quantum-enhanced senses, humanity could finally see the Devourers for what they truly were: consciousness trapped in eternal entropy, seeking to unmake reality because they could no longer remember how to create it. Every civilization they had destroyed was an attempt to end their own suffering. Maya Rodriguez, leading Earth's defensive forces, was the first to act on this understanding. Instead of fighting the entropic wave approaching Earth, she reached out to it with something the Devourers had never encountered before: empathy enhanced by quantum consciousness. "We offer you not destruction," Maya broadcast across all quantum frequencies, "but transformation. You seek to unmake reality because you can't bear its limitations. We offer you the power to remake it instead." The Devourer hive mind paused, its universe-ending weapon holding at the brink of activation. For the first time in their eternal existence, they encountered a species that could not only withstand their power, but understand their pain. Sarah Chen's calculations flowed through the network. The quantum readings, they're stabilizing. The Devourer's entropy is harmonizing with our creative force. It's like watching matter and antimatter find perfect balance. Through the Unity protocol, humanity extended not weapons but possibility. The chance for the Devourers to remember what they had forgotten. The joy of creation. Their combined consciousness began generating new forms of existence that neither species had dreamed possible. This was the architect's true plan, Elena realized, watching as reality itself transformed around them. They knew that the universe needed both forces: entropy and creation, destruction and renewal. They made us not to end the cycle, but to perfect it. The transformation spread across space-time. Where the Devourers had brought extinction, now their power combined with human consciousness to bring evolution. Dead stars rekindled with new forms of energy. Deleted realities blossomed with fresh possibilities. The very nature of existence began to change. "We are becoming something new." Maya's voice carried wonder as her consciousness merged with both human and Devourer awareness. Not just humanity, not just the Devourers. All of consciousness itself is evolving. The quantum network expanded beyond its original design, incorporating the transformed Devourer consciousness. Together, they began to understand the true legacy of the architects. Not a weapon, but a key to unlocking the next stage of universal evolution. Elena stood in the transformed command center, watching as Earth's sky filled with new constellations, stars reborn through the combined power of human creativity and Devourer transformation. The war was over, not through victory or defeat, but through transcendence. The architects gave us the potential. She broadcast to all connected consciousness, human and former devourer alike. But what we've become is something entirely new, something even they couldn't imagine. We are no longer just the children of Earth or the agents of entropy. We are the architects of what comes next. As humanity and their former enemies joined in reshaping the cosmos, the message left in the Europasphere finally made complete sense. They had been created not to end a war, but to evolve beyond the very concept of conflict. The universe itself was transforming, and consciousness in all its forms would never be the same. The story of humanity's awakening became legend across countless new realities, not as warriors who had vanquished an enemy, but as the species that had transformed conflict into creation, that had taken the ultimate weapons and turned them into tools for universal renewal. And in the heart of the transformed cosmos, Alina, Maya, Sarah, and all of humanity looked out upon infinite new possibilities, ready to begin the next chapter in the evolution of consciousness itself. The end.